This is Work and Learn Abroad. Welcome to this new edition of Working and Learn Abroad. Today we are with Andrea Gardiman. How are you doing, Andrea?
Yeah, very good, very good.
So Andrea is going to talk about his experience about working abroad. He will provide some advice and we are going to see how it goes. So maybe you can tell us where are you coming from?
Okay, I come from Italy, in a town close to Venice.
Okay. Nice weather, nice hot weather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not during the winter. During the winter is even worse than here. It's very cold.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
And how do you know about coming here to Ireland?
So I was working in Padua, so not it's still close to Venice, but in more a little bit on the south, 1 hour from Venice, not my hometown. So, and I was working there after university, 2 years, and then I've been contacted through LinkedIn from a company here in Dublin.
Okay, and well, you were contacted, and then you started to think about going abroad, or you have done some thinking before that?
No, I've done some thinking. So basically, I studied computer science. I did my bachelor degree and master degree in Padua,
Mm-hmm.
and after the bachelor degree, I wanted to go abroad to study abroad, and I knew that I wanted also to work abroad in the future. I didn't know when, but I knew that I wanted.
Okay.
So I decided to do the master degree in Italy, still in Padua, but then I wanted to have an Erasmus experience abroad. And at the second year of the master degree, I went to Amsterdam in the Netherlands to study for 7 months. So I lived there,
Okay,
and so I had already had an experience abroad, but just for studying.
And your reason for going abroad was the experience, salary, running away from a girlfriend that was trying to get you?
Actually, I always wanted to have the experience to live abroad, not forever, but at least maybe for a short period, because of the experience, because I could learn like the language, like to improve my English.
Okay.
Because as you know, guys, like Italians are not really good in speaking English. So I really wanted to do that, and then for someone who is working in IT, working abroad is a really good thing, because in Italy the IT is not considered like very cool.
Okay.
It's not considered like the best job ever. Like abroad. Abroad is like is a cool thing. Yeah, it's considered a lot more.
And then you get an offer. Did you get just an offer from one possible company that were going to hire you here? And how did you take the offer? Were you happy? Did you try to negotiate a little bit more money?
I have to say that, for example, in Italy, it's not considered as the best job ever, but is really, really high demanded. So even during the bachelor degree, I was receiving offers even before graduating from companies, and then
to come here.
I started just it's from
all around
Italian companies sometimes, and then I graduated and I started to do the master degree, and even during the master I was receiving even more offers from companies. But I have to say that after being after the Erasmus in Amsterdam, because I've been abroad, then also companies from abroad started to send me messages in LinkedIn.
Okay.
And after the graduation, after the master degree, I like the number of companies interested in me
started to increase.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was like kind of surprising because I didn't know that this job was like that
handyman.
Yeah, exactly.
And how do you feel? Well, you get an offer and you well, you were thinking about going abroad
Not really, not at the beginning, at least.
Okay.
Because I wanted to stay in Italy. I still wanted to go abroad, but not in that period.
Okay.
So after the master degree, I accepted an offer. I received like 4 or 5 offers from different companies in Italy, and I chose one that was offering me a job that was related to cloud computing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it was like the cool thing at the moment, and it's still the cool thing at the moment. Yep. And I was preparing also during the master degree and during my studies in Amsterdam to do that, to follow that path. So it was like the perfect job for me at the moment. So I was not considering going abroad, but then I received 3 special calls, let's say, one from Google, one from Amazon, and one from Facebook.
Oh, nice.
And I replied to those 3.
To all of them.
Yeah, to all of them. I received other messages from LinkedIn, but I never replied to the other ones. But those 3 were like the big ones.
Yeah.
And actually, I always wanted to work for Google. It has always been my dream. And then so remember that the one from Google was for a position that was about Google search, for being an analyst, and I didn't know anything about that. And then they asked me, "Are you interested in that?" I was not really interested, but it was for Google, and then I was like super excited about that. I started the interview, and they went like they went really bad.
Oh, okay.
Because they asked me a lot of questions, but I didn't know about
and
that. I wanted to try.
Did you feel like, no, I'm going abroad is not my thing at the moment, and then I will just try to be better at what I'm doing now? Or how do you if we forward years into this offer where you actually got into, what's the difference that you actually say, yes, I'm going abroad?
Because of the company, actually.
Okay.
So because I was not feeling that ready. I was not feeling good to go abroad just to go abroad.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to go abroad just if the opportunity was a really
the
good
right
one.
opportunity.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to leave my country just for the sake of it,
Okay.
But I wanted to leave the country because I was not interested in the experience itself, but most for my career.
Okay.
So,
growth.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, living abroad would have been like a very good thing for me, but especially for the company. So those 3 companies were the right companies to work for,
mm-hmm.
for me. So I tried. With the Google one, was completely unrelated to what I was doing. I was not prepared at all. With the Amazon one and with the other 2, let's say that they were really difficult. And after like 6 months of working with things that were not like completely related to what they were asking me, it was like a really difficult thing. The interviews were like different. very difficult, and I failed like the 3 of them.
Okay. So that is nice to know, because maybe people will think, okay, you got a lot of offers and you jump into any, and that's not the end. That's just the beginning, because you need still to go through the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
When you got here to the company that you're currently working, when you got the offer and you started to see numbers and you started to see, okay, actually I'm going and this is for my professional growth and then I will do better. How did you feel? Do you feel like, yes, I'm going or now or were you thinking about you leaving your family behind?
I was thinking a lot about that, because the job that I had in Italy was with a lot of responsibilities. I was learning a lot from that company, and the environment was really good. I had a lot of friends inside that company, so I was feeling really good in Italy. I was really happy with my life in my work life, mm-hmm. and also outside work. So when I received the call, I was the job was really good, but I started to work on every time on the same things, and I felt that I could have something more challenging.
Okay.
I really like the challenges, and then I started to look at the messages in LinkedIn, like actively looking for mm-hmm. them, not to to send my CV to apply for other position, but to read what the other wanted to write to me. And then I wrote like few of those messages, and I started to say, yeah, I'm interested now. I remember that I did that for 2 or 3 weeks, and I selected few of those companies. I started to do the process, and I received like 3 offers from them, from three of them. And so I decided where to go, and I decided to come here in Ireland. One was in Switzerland, another was in Berlin, and another in Dublin. I chose the Dublin one because of the company. But then, of course, it was not. I had to say yes to the company. I had to be sure to say, okay, now I'm gonna accept the offer. And of course, I like besides being really happy at that job. So you really think, okay, but if I'm happy here, why should I change?
Oh, yeah.
I know that I wanted something more challenging where I could grow more, but it's still something difficult to decide. And I had all my friends there in Italy, but then I thought, I think that I should start doing what I really care about my life, and what is really make me happy is my job.
Okay.
I really enjoy.
That was
working.
the final thought.
Yeah. Because I really want to. When I work, actually, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I always wanted to be like a software engineer, and I'm really happy when I'm doing that. I'm really happy when things are challenging. I have to really find a
the
solution
challenge
for difficult problems. And in Italy, it was not the case anymore, you know.
And did you find the challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I found it here, and so I really wanted this.
And the language, how did it go with the language? English being more in an English-speaking country.
For me, it was difficult. It's actually still difficult because maybe you can't imagine. Okay, you say Ireland, Dublin is English. I thought the same. And being in Amsterdam for 7 months in the past for the Erasmus, I thought, okay, now I can understand almost all kind of English, because I was like watching movies or listening in conferences. But then when I came here, the first week was like it was really hard.
Yeah.
Especially being in a team like where most of the people are Irish.
Yeah.
Irish is so difficult.
Yeah.
It's
another level.
It's another level. Totally. So it was really a problem for me. But then I kept improving, and I'm still improving now. I know that my English is not like the best one, but I feel that I'm improving. But I still have problem with the Irish.
With the Irish accent.
Yeah, with the natives. Yeah.
And for living in Ireland or living abroad, even that you were half a year in Amsterdam, now that you've been here more than a year, how do you feel? Do you feel happy you made the good decision?
I feel yeah, absolutely. I never regretted the choice. I remember that the first months was tough, yeah, because I was feeling alone. Let's say the first 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I started from the beginning to talk with people and to try to
go out, make connections.
But it was
it's different.
I was feeling that I was forced to do that, you know.
Okay.
I was forcing myself to write to people, and at the beginning you write to people that you don't really know them. They are maybe even the wrong people to go out with.
Yeah.
And then you need time to find the right the right matches with friends, you know. But then at the beginning you just want to be with someone else because you are completely alone, and I didn't know no one here, so yeah, I remember that I was lucky because after 3 weeks I found out on Facebook that one of my friends was here in Dublin.
Nice.
And then he was visiting another Italian guy that my friend met 3 years before in Erasmus in Spain. And then he was visiting him here, and I wrote to my friend, hey, you are here. I now I live here, so we can meet and go out this tonight. And he said, yeah, sure, let's go out. And then I met the other Italian guy that was living here, and also all his friends. And then now he is my first and the oldest friend that I have here. In
So you got your group.
I think that was the real start here.
Okay, nice.
That guy. So yeah.
So it's good. It's good to go out and try to connect, because if not, life, as you said before, is going to be lonely. That so. Being abroad, part of the fun is to actually meet people, go out, and kind of get to know the places.
Yeah, I remember the first night that I was here, I wanted to go out and just to, I don't know, make some party or something. And so I started to go alone, because I was alone, in some pubs. And I remember that at the end I stayed with a guy and his friends, and the guy bought a bottle of Sambuca in a pub. I think he spent like 100 euros for a bottle of Sambuca. It made no sense for me, And the guy was saying, "Oh, yeah, I can spend it. I wanna enjoy this night." And he was giving me the bottle of Sambuca. I got drunk like with him.
With a random people.
The Irish are like that. The Irish are like talking with you, especially like when they are in a pub. They talk about everything with you, and they are like the first one who comes to you and start talking. They are really, really. Sociable people, and they are really nice. And then I remember the day after, I wanted to hang out again with this guy, because it was like the first guy that I met actually. And then he replied, "No, I'm sorry, I can't today." And then the day after, "No, I'm sorry." And then I understood, okay, this was just for the night, And so I was like feeling kind of sad, because I don't know, it's not
the same.
It was not real, but I was hoping a little bit, because it was. I mean, I just wanted to start to have some friends here.
In that aspect. So what would you recommend to the people who are thinking abroad? Like, so maybe they are thinking that it might be the same that being at home, and some other will be thinking, no, it's going to be completely different that being at home. So if you are going back in time to Andrea in 2 years ago, and you're thinking about going abroad, what advice would you be given to you or to someone who is?
Well, it depends if you are going abroad. I remember when I went to Amsterdam for the Erasmus, I knew that it was for a short period, because I knew when it would have started and when it would have ended. So there, I remember that I had like, my mentality was like, okay, it's gonna last for 7 months and it's done.
Yeah.
And so my mental set was different. Here it was like, how it's gonna be? Like, I'm gonna live here. Maybe I don't know for how long. You don't see the end. So it was kind of different. And if I could like go back, I would change a little bit, and I would not expect to be like at home. I would completely force myself to not being sad in the first, maybe when you are alone at the in the first period, because it's totally normal. And when you are totally alone, you also start to learn how to be totally alone without not miss anyone else, because you can enjoy in any case that time, and you will find friends in any case for sure. There is always someone else who is like you, who likes the same things. You will find friends for sure, especially in this country. I feel like where there are a lot of people that comes from abroad, and the city is full of these people, and all of them needs friends, all of them. And I feel that here I see that a lot of people are really willing to talk with the other, even randomly. Like if you meet them like on the street and on a pub, all of them wants to know other people, and it's really, really, really easy to do that. I have to say that it's also easy to lose friends here, because they know that maybe it doesn't last. Because some of them are here for one year, some of them for 2 years, maybe some of them are like have been here for, I don't know,
for forever.
7 years,
Yes.
and then it's just your first year here, and then you want to know more people or to have like more strong relationship with others, but they are just tired of this experience. They want to come back to their country, for example. So it depends when you met the other people. It's not just because you are new here. Also, all the others are the same. So it can be that you also, it's really easy to make friends, but it's also really easy to lose them. So if you want like a very, very strong connection, then you will find that those kind of connection are not that many, let's say.
And knowing now how is the world, how the IT industry, knowing that Dublin has a lot of big companies, so you can come for a company and then you can switch to another company, or you can even progress your career inside the same company. So I think the professional growth that you will get because of the quality of the companies here will be nice. It will be great. There are people from different backgrounds, so that kind of will take care about your career. You might have good companies, bad companies, about the experience. What would you say in the sense of living abroad, being a professional abroad, and knowing that you have your job will be the main difference between Italian culture and Irish culture?
I would say that in Italy, I think that most IT companies are, from what I can see and what I could see in the past, and also what my friends was telling me, I see that a software engineer is considered as a person that is not producing that much value, and they try to pay you less than what you should be paid. I think that in order to be a software engineer, you have to work hard and to know a lot of things. You have to have a lot of knowledge and very strong mathematical background. And you have to have like a logical mind in order. And the thing is not something that, it's not a profession that you can easily take without any effort, And so I think that should be rewarded. In Italy, it's not rewarded, in my opinion.
Here,
if you want to make money, for example, it's not easy to make money anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if you put the effort in the right direction in your life, you should be rewarded. You should your effort should be rewarded, because if you produce the value for a company, then the company should pay you back for the value that you are producing.
It should be a win-win deal.
In Italy, it's not like this.
Yeah.
In Italy, I feel that.
So you seen that reward here?
Oh yeah, totally. I see that in the money that I'm making.
Yep.
In every time that I receive a promotion after 1 year that I'm here, I'm pretty sure that if I continue putting a lot of effort in it, I can have another promotion in, I don't know, maybe I don't know when, but
in a time.
They're not like, okay, I give you this one and then just shut up. You are for 10 years I'm not gonna give you anything. No, here I really feel that if I'm gonna reach the goals that they set for me and I'm gonna be at that level, they're gonna give me another promotion, and not just to me, but to everyone else that is pushing hard and is producing the value for the company. One thing that I can see from the difference from an Italian company and here is that in Italy, for example, from my experience, is that I had my increase of salaries, but I had them first when I wanted to change the company, because I was doing something that was not what I wanted to do and was different from what my boss told me when I joined the company in the first place. And then for me it was like, I can't continue like that, because you told me something else at the beginning, And then at that point they told me, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you more money, and then we are gonna change you into another position that maybe you would prefer. And then that one was a really good position for me. But it shouldn't work like this.
It shouldn't be like that.
It should, and and I see that a lot of other colleagues were really, really good, and they didn't receive like that much money, even like pushing harder, and and here I see that you, whenever you do something good, you are recognized.
It's
for
being
that.
noticed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is
That's the main point.
That is really good. And
Yeah, well,
and you are follow a lot more here in Italy. Not really. You're not, the objective also that you have are not really clear. Oh, if you reach like this and this, you will obtain this and this.
Yeah, that's
here
true.
is more clear. In Italy, it's like, I don't know.
Keep
more
working.
Money. When I'm gonna receive more money? When I do what? When I'm gonna receive like more? I don't know.
Benefits.
Benefits or
stock
whatever. In Italy, that they don't even
Shares,
exist.
yeah.
Stocks don't exist. No,
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
Yeah.
In Italy, never. So here, I think that you can make a career, you can get rich. Not in Italy. Not
Yeah.
in Italy. Not as a software engineer, at least. If you wanna make a career, you have to shift and you go to a more. You have to
Not
be
traditional,
a manager.
traditional kind of.
You have to go to the manager side. I don't want to be a manager. I just want to be a technical.
Yeah. I know.
Until
I
the end of my
understand the
life.
feeling. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to be a manager, and there are like here you can make your own career just being technical and not a manager, and because the two things are completely different. And in Italy, it's considered okay. After a certain point, if you don't become a manager, it means that you didn't. I mean, you were not good enough as a software engineer. Here, you can grow as much as you want.
Yeah, that's true. That's quite important because that's a cultural thing that we get. Even in my country, we get it like that. And then you when you come here and you see, okay, I got a technical career growth, and then that I can choose that I could be as successful as I could be being a manager.
Yeah.
In another place. So thank you, Andrea.
Yeah.
And if the people want to get in touch with you, there is a mail or
you can contact me on, I don't know, mail, Facebook, or
what's
LinkedIn.
the mail?
The mail is Andrea Gardiman at gmail.com.
So, all together or Andrea?
All together. So
okay.
ANDREAGARDIMAN at gmail.com.
gmail.com. Okay, well, and for getting in touch with me, it's leonardo.martin@gmail.com. Please subscribe. We are going to have another shows, and we'll keep inviting people to just share their experience about working abroad. Thank you, Andrea.
No, thanks to you. See you guys.
See ya.
This is